Ugh. Good evening, everybody. The server managed to update properly right before I passed out. So, before I do pass out, we'll give the new Gotenks a spin. Remember, since he doesn't actually exist right now, nobody else really has access to him but me and a couple others. So, we're gonna have to go with the Vegeta lead. But, we'll make it work. Oh, but let's see what our golden boy has to offer for us. In a brand new and scary world of being updated from a slightly worse character than himself. Alrighty. I'm expecting great things from him, and if they're not amazing, I'm going to be very upset. But one thing's for sure too is I really want to see just how useful his new ults are. It was the funniest thing in the world to me that they released an ult that actually had some strategic value to it, then immediately nerfed it. Because enough people complained and so people were going to actually buy for Gotenks. That to me is almost incredible. Like, if that doesn't spell the sign of a company that's like, yeah, we don't really give a damn, we'll just release a card. But, we'll see for sure if he truly outshatters the other Gotenks. But you know how, apparently Vegeta's very greedy here. He has to additional attack and counter this Goku about 4 to 5 times. There we go. Alright, that was one thing I wanted to see for sure, is just how close and how well he actually links with the Super Saiyan form, which seems about right to me. Alright, so the new Gotenks has 9 and 10 ki, which I believe will lower defense when it hits. Then if I hit it at 11 here... Oh Christ, I forgot what the 11 one did. But then the 12 one used to lower your attack when it landed. Actually, it lowered your HP by 7%, but now it gives you like a small attack boost. I could play around with this to make this so he ults less. Alright, so I could have him do the 11 ki by doing this. Since we're fighting at a type disadvantage for this, I'd rather not die immediately, so... For testing purposes, let's see what Gotenks can do. Oh yeah, it's Boo Boo Volleyball again. And then they add that little additional kick in there just so it's not the exact same attack, just slightly different. Damage-wise though, he took that monkey down. Oh my god. It was like all 4 bars of his health on type disadvantage and practically killed him. Good lord. Alrighty. That damage seemed a tad bit unnecessary. Not sure he needed to do that much damage, but alright. I won't complain. I'll just sit here in stunned silence. You know, this is going to be the first time actually that Goku's going to be probably the hardest challenge in all of Boss Rush, just because he's going to have the type disadvantage from the start. Also, when Gotenks becomes active, remember too, you'll have a couple extra stats to your name. Since I can't actually find a friend Gotenks, we're not getting like the full stat benefit that we would normally be getting from this. As for him being better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I have no clue. He's existed, to my knowledge and my testing, as of the last 10 minutes. Okay. That seems about right. So, as I thought, Goku would be the most difficult one. What I'll do this time, instead of taking another Vegito, is there's one specific type I can take to help this out a bit. gonna have to rely a little bit on HP attack defense 77% up. We don't really need the key bonus, so it's possible to take Ginyu there to help buffer them just a tad. I have to confirm one thing real fast. Okay, yeah. We're gonna rock Indy this time, rather than another Vegito, just to help give just a little bit different of a stat bonus. Alright, so last time I landed at 11 key, he did nearly... Oh man, damage-wise, it seemed close to 4 million. Since he's at 10 key this time, this should only reduce the actual defense of the enemy, but not instantly murder them. Nope, never mind, I lied. Let's see, that damage for that crit was... Is that 20 million? Oh, that's gotta be 2 million. Okay, that was a 2 million crit. I was like, jeez. If he can hit 20 million by himself without a proper lead, that's insanity. The only downfall to this, like I said, is having Goku to start with. That just sucks because you have to do everything you can on the first round to just get past Goku. Then I can actually kind of test this a little bit rather than trying to survive the infinite monkey. So we should see a similar result to last time, but I might actually max his key out this time to see what it can totally... Nah, I couldn't do it anyways. Come on, Monkey Boy, give me some luck here. Give me a little luck. Not the best so far, but it could be worse. Alrighty. Ginyu won't get any additional stat bonuses, but Bardock and Vegito will be experiencing a rather large boost by themselves. One of the biggest things that's going to make Physical Super so strong is Vegeta Blue himself. I mean, he's a great card as it is. And adding in... So, Vegeta Blue by himself gives, I believe, 50% in lead stats, either 50 or 70. And since now Gotenks is going to allow you to basically cheat and jump up to 120%, you're basically turning what is a Pseudo LR card into an actual LR card, because Vegeta Blue up to this point was pretty much the most broken card you could make at, like, max dupe of 100%, and this will ensure that he is now legitimately the most broken card that you can make at 100%, if you're disincluding, like, LR cards themselves. Alright, this killed the monkey last time. This should kill him for sure this time as well. So I'll add a bit more commentary as I go here. I'm kind of writing things down as I'm doing this, because I'm learning this at the exact same second I'm streaming it, so it's kind of like an effort of playing the game, writing it down, and talking at the same time. You know, thinking about it too, well, LR Ginyu gives me just a tad bit more stats than Vegeta Blue. Losing even the additional +2, +1 key in the end there still kinda hurts. But I mean, it's kind of the price I have to pay because there is no other way of getting anybody boosted key stats without finding another Gotenks, which is impossible, or doing a very off-brand sort of team. Okay, yeah, I had to confirm. That's right, Vegeta Blue gives you 50% all your stats. So with Gotenks now, that's accurate. So you see typically all the people using Vegeta Blue. You'll see them all the time. They're on your friends list. They're all over the world. You can't miss them. So increase that stat gain to all your physical characters by 70 and 70. So you're going to see close to 140% stat gain to your typical physical teams now if you actually ran a full physical team. So this is going to be a tad bit broken. Alright, we'll go for the full key this time, just to see if there's any big difference in damage between his 11 and 12. I don't think it will be, but it may surprise me. Alright, I'll bring up chat here. I have to kind of shut you all down for just a second so I can kind of get this ready. And presto change it. Here we go. Alrighty. How's everybody doing tonight? Ugh. If you're as tired as I am. You know, one sort of, I guess, advantage of the team I'm running is I run Bardock with the idea that I'm going to seal the ult. But if I'm running Super Saiyan Gotenks with Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, they're both going to seal his ult anyway. So, in this sense, you could actually not use Bardock and use someone better. There's really no reason to be running two of them. Yeah, he's still sealed for the turn. Alrighty. But with him being sealed, there's no way he'll do enough damage to bring me down. Good afternoon, yeah. It's 11, almost midnight here. Typically that's actually pretty early for my time, but I've been doing so much streaming lately, it's been knocking the absolute hell out of me. So, I was seconds away from falling asleep, but I tried to will myself. I'm like, just do one quick stream, show what Gotenks can possibly do, and then go to sleep. Because I'm sure people want to see what Gotenks does rather than waiting for him to drop tomorrow, the next day, / whenever. I'm going to have to actually do the 11 key again, because that did an absurd amount of damage last time. I would like him to do that again. Yeah, also just get out of Goku's phase, I'll be fine. There we go, good dodge, buddy. That's what I like to see. Alright, if the attack damage is still... Yeah, there it is, buddy. Do that again. Now we got him. Don't die to this, please. Beautiful. Alright. Got that noise out of the way. Also, at some point there, we drastically dropped Goku's attack. That ult hit Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks for 54k, and also his basic attack prior to that hit him for barely about a 50. So somewhere along the line, we cut his attack in half drastically, because that should have hit nearly about 100,000 damage. Also, just for kicks, I want to see what Ginyu's ult is. Well, I know what it is, it's fun to watch the Ginyu Force Direct Reaper. Yeah, there you go. Base form Vegeta #1. Hit our Gohan for 70,000. And this final boss rush is kind of annoying. I've never thought about it, but you fight a strength team, followed by a strength team. It's like, alrighty, can I have an actual type advantage I can wreck now, rather than another strength team? Also, one change with this Gotenks is the old one did 10, 11, and 12. This Gotenks does 9, 10, 11, and 12. Well, 9 and 10 are the same ult, so you only need... Yep, you only need 9 ki. I also do kind of like that it's... So, the old Gotenks had Super Ghost Kamikaze as his #9, or his #10, where all the ghosts would attack. His #12 was also Super Ghost Kamikaze, but 2 of the ghosts would, like, clap each other's hands and blow up in his face. At least this one changed it up just a tad. And all of his multiplayers do have immense damage, you are correct. The only one I'm actually, for some reason, I think someone probably said in the chat, but I wasn't looking at the chat at the time, is his 11 ki one. I know it's immense damage and something. His 12 one will increase his attack. His 10 one will reduce the enemy's defense. Finally, jeez, I don't think I've had a turn where Vegeta Blue and Gotenks have been on the same ratio. Now we have Gotenks, Vegeta Blue, and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks all on the same turn. Which basically means bye-bye for the enemy. Immense one plus massive attack buff. Yeah, but I need to know what his 11 one does, not his 12 one. Because, yeah, right there he bashes his head, and it shows him like all dizzy-like. And that was supposed to reduce your HP by 7%, but they got rid of that. And yeah, Beerus went out link with this team at all. It's amazing finding out how many freaking strength teams you have to fight in this. It's like, good lord. I can't seem to fight anything without immediately jumping to another strength team fight. Yep, this is gonna hurt. Well, okay, so logically speaking, you assume that the max key would technically be the best, but it's set that way on purpose, so people were supposed to use some sort of strategic ideas to make sure they only got like 11 ki or 9 ki, sort of like with the old Gotenks. You don't want to actually hit max ki. Most people hitting max ki is good. It's like, alright, you hit it, you get an ult to go off. With Gotenks, you'd imagine hitting max would give you the strongest attacks, which is actually not the case. But then they changed it to actually be the case. I can see why Bandai did it, and I can also see why they didn't. Like, there's multiple factors went into it. And it's not all good, sadly, but what can you do? And I have no idea if they have the same buff. I've been trying to have someone tell me what Gotenks' 11 ki does. I do not remember. Let's see here, blah, to greatly reduce defense. Yep, but there's more to it than that. I'll just pop on Twitter and just find where hate's a good thing. Actually, I'll just pop on Reddit and find where we had the post. That way we don't have to speculate. Okay, there we go. So 11 is 1 turn boost attack by a super large amount, and 12 is 1 turn raise attack. So it looks like his 11 is still stronger. His Boo Boo Volleyballer was always stronger even as Tech Gotenks, so they're keeping it the same. So it looks like you get an additional attack bonus at 12, it's just not as big as the one at 11. So aiming for 11 is still the better. Also, that before attack ratio, my god, he's sitting at nearly 179,000 right now. Unfortunately, there's no way I could actually make it so he can hit 11 key, because no matter what's going to happen, he's going to ult, so... It's amusing too, they still give him the limit breaking form, which is a Super Saiyan 3 only link, which gives you plus 2,000 attack when a super attack is launched. It's a very, very outdated link. It came when the Super Saiyan 3 was released originally. Plus 2,000 attack when the super's launched may as well just be hittins. Because you can look at their attack right now. He's hitting for base damage of 1,639,000 something. So tack on 2,000 to that. It's like, who cares? What's the additional 2,000 attacking to do? Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time with an actual Vegeta again, I guess. Trying to think if anybody might be slightly suited better for this, but it's the best lead I'm going to find at this point. One change I will make, though, is... I still have the right PHY team I'm thinking of. I'm gonna have to use this anyways. Alright. This should be a full clear this time. I kind of see and somewhat know what to expect now, so I shouldn't have any more problems. Sort of weird in its own way to be playing Gotenks like this again. The Tech Gotenks before was the only character in the game I ever did this with. And most people did the same. It's just trying to always like hit him at 9, 10, 11 key, whatever. Everybody else is just give the max and call it good. Yeah, but the numbers don't lie. I mean, he's incredibly strong. I know I've said it multiple times already, but I just have to reaffirm the statement that this is just with a singular Gotenks lead. Once you have 2 leads as a proper lead, like, you're going to see an absolute massive increase in damage and stats all around. Like, he's hitting this hard by himself, basically. only unfortunate route is just a lot of the other people just... So, like, I guess think of it like in the sense that Ent Kid Buu is. While Super Saiyan Gotenks isn't lacking any links or anything like that, it's just the entire team seems to revolve around getting the Gotenks and just having him murder everybody. That or Vegeta Blue. A lot of your other characters are just mostly fillers. I mean, they're good in their own right, it's just they're not really doing anything that phenomenal. There we go. So it's a 1.8 million crit. Alright. So sort of like what I was saying before is like, now that I'm fighting a very strong strength character, I'm going to have to basically wait for Gotenks and then have him essentially finish the match for me. Because everybody else isn't really going to do anything, but just sort of fill in for him. Give me Vegeta Blue with all of his additional attacks and everything happening here. We barely have Goku through 1 bar of health. Then the Dokkan of one of the best physical characters in the game hit about a 98,000, and Pan's also pretty good, so it's all going to pretty much come down to, again, Gotenks. Even Super Saiyan Gotenks seals the ult, and this is where all the damage is going to come from. And a non-crit that hurt 344,000. I got an additional attack, which, well, that's actually good to know. So if he does an additional attack, he will not use his max key. He'll use his defense-lowering one instead. So basically, kind of what all I've explained up to this so far, when you make a team for yourself, it looks like you're going to be better suited to make a team that focuses on either lowering the enemy's defense or increasing your attack of your own. Because as it stands, like, the team just kind of, I guess, follows a very similar formula to most of the other ones. While something that contains something like LR Gohan and Mono Ent, you can ensure that everyone's doing massive damage, because Gohan himself will blow everybody up, Vegeta will blow everybody up, and you can use the support Gohan, the brand new one that just came out, to continue blowing everybody up. It's a pretty strong team, but I don't think this team so far is really going to topple any crowns so far. But again, I guess as I said, I'll have to see when I actually have 2 Gotenks to use rather than just a singular one. You know, animation-wise, at least these are getting really, really good. I can't lie on that. They're much more involved. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I am so tired. Please, Goku, please. Pack your bags. It's time to die. Think of the children. Those baby 53,000s. What's amazing too is I think both these Vegeta Blues are like about 55 to 70+% into the dupe tree as well. There we go. Jeez. Talk about cutting that close. 571 health? Oh, man. If Vegeta kills us here, I'll probably just call it good for the night, because we pretty much have the basic idea of what to expect with Gotenks at this point. It's just better to actually kind of see it with your own eyes rather than just kind of run numbers. It's one of the things I love about most. When you come into the thing, you full heal, and the guy just decides to just ult you right off. He probably will die on the first turn here, or close to it. But before he died, he had to, just had to ult me for 60-something thousand damage. I like to call that the get fucked, because you literally have no recourse against that. They attack first, not a thing you can do. There we go. Get this strength nonsense out of here. Some actual type disadvantage / type neutral. Oh yeah. Much better results. And that was just against a neutral, so that's a lot better to expect. But sort of like I was talking about with the get fucked thing, notice who's attacking first, and if I were a betting man, I would probably strong odds he's gonna ult me, so I don't want to use any items because I would rather save them. But I have this feeling deep inside he's about to ult me and probably kill me. If not, we will Dokkan him in full heal. Oh hey, what do you know? I guess it's a good thing I'm not a betting man. It's a little unfortunate there. I realized I had Vegeta Blue at top rather than Gotenks. It's sort of like a natural thing you do, because since Vegeta Blue will reduce the damage by about 30% when they hit you, it's sort of like, I'll just throw him there to make it feel a little better. Because I got less of a heal because of that. Yeah, thank you. There you go. That's what we need to see at a Gotenks right now. That kind of number. Kind of hoping for a little bit better luck than I'm getting so far, but I mean, a lot of what I've been doing has been kind of deserved, so I can't complain about the game too much. You know, I'm gonna go for an ace. If Gotenks can do exactly what he did before, I can just win it here. Without really worrying about needing to seal the ult. If not, Vegeta will kill him. Allowing me to save the Usher. My god, I cannot talk at all. The Usher for the next phase. No additional attack either. This is probably going to be Ripperoonies then. Unless Vegeta can pull a miracle. I didn't even get a second ult either. And he gets ulted, which will probably mean rip extra Ripperoonies with a slice of cake to go with it. Alright. So I'd probably call the stream good there. I just kind of wanted to look at Gotenks real quick, kind of see what he felt like. I'll give like a final conclusive. As I said, for probably the 6th time now, you're probably tired of hearing it, but since I don't have another Gotenks friend to use to properly test it, you're not going to see the same results. So by using a Vegeta Blue friend, I was missing 70% stats and 2 ki. So if you use the exact team I'm using with 2 Gotenks, you'll get an additional plus 2 ki and 70% stats. So most of the things that you saw go wrong there won't happen to you because you'll push past those little limits that they barely died, you barely lived, etc. But so far, honestly, even with those additional stats, I don't see them overtaking something like Ent. And you know, I guess... Let me see if I still have the team here. Alright, so sort of what I was talking about before in terms of damage. The PHY heroes right now, you don't really have access to like a lot of high big dumper people. Just because the nature of what Gogeta does and the fact that his passive allows him to hit for max damage regardless, and the fact that you have LR Gohan, what is the two of the most broken cards in the entire game on the same team, it's kind of hard to overtake this team. Physical had the chance to do it, but from what I've seen so far, like, they're not really going to do it, because it's just a game of get Gotenks on the turn, have Gotenks hope to God to kill something, and then go back to, like, parading it around. But there are obviously better teams you can make. This isn't the absolute best physical you can team that you can create, but it is one of the highest teams you can make right now, so I expected better results out of this, but I mean, what can you do? But when I see more Gotenks out and everybody's able to have access to them, I'll try it again, then we can see what happens at that point. Until then, I'm going to go to sleep, and I will talk to all of you later. Thank you, and have a good night.